The markets are in kind of a wait-and-see mode. Of all of the tax reform they're talking about, what matters most is corporate taxes, because the corporate sector in the U.S. is broken, and it's broken because our tax code is broken.
Well, I'll tell you,
so hopefully they make that the top priority.
You guys come in, and just like that, the Dow hits a round number of 21,000. So Ron and Ward, congratulations to both of you for being able to get that done for us to close out the new week. Look at that, just below it. So, the idea of the U.S. getting the tax reform done, give us some quick odds here before they ring the closing bell on Wall Street, and also how important that is to you as an investor.
Well, listen, I think tax reform is incredibly important for the U.S. and for corporations. We're hovering at 18, 19 times earnings. This could actually bring it down to a more reasonable level in which the U.S. is going to be more positive in our mind. We think that you leg into foreign, but we do think that the U.S. is the stable place, so we're overweighted that.
You're still overweight that,
oh,
right?
We're still overweight.
Not too worried about France this weekend. So,
no.
Well, it stays with Macron if the polls are right, I guess. So let's go down to Wall Street and watch these closing bells ring out at the NASDAQ Composite. Record highs here as we close out this new week. Good to be with you, and they have a lot to cheer about. David Asman and Melissa Francis pick it up from here on After the Bell.
Ending this week on a high note, stocks climbing into the close. The Dow ending about 50 points higher, 53, hovering around 21,000. It certainly didn't start off that way. Look at the S&P and the NASDAQ, both of them closing at brand new record highs. I'm Melissa Francis. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, when you brought the 21,000 back up
there
here.
You go.
Connell couldn't hold on to it, but we got it there. I'm David Asman. Happy Friday. This is After the Bell. Glad you could be with us. We got you covered on the big market movers. But first, here's what else we have for you in this hour. Strong reaction pouring in for and against the Republican health care bill just passed the House, as we're learning more about what's inside and whether the Senate may just tear it up and start fresh. Plus, state prosecutors going easy on illegal criminals, the disturbing findings from a Judicial Watch report. And new evidence that North Korea may be teaming up with Iran. Are the North Koreans sharing their nuclear know-how with the terror state? Among our guests this hour, Steve Forbes, Charlie Hurt, Tom Fitton, and General Jack Keane.
The Dow ending the day and the week in positive territory with record closes on the S&P and the NASDAQ. A big week for oil as well. Jeff Locke is at the CME. Lori Rothman is on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. And Lori, who are this week's biggest winners?
Well, Warren Buffett certainly had a lot to do with today's market reaction. Let me work it out for you, starting with the winners on the Dow. Apple up quite a bit here today, 3.7%. I'm sorry, that's for the week. The graphic you're looking at shows